Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Summit. I wanted to say 3. The Summit 4 online qualifiers here. We're only on day number 1 of Europe. We've got 4 regions coming your way over the next month. October, GoDz, is going to be very busy. And right now we're seeing 2 of Europe's finest teams duking it out, going the distance. It's the Jungs taking on NiP. I almost forgot who was playing that took us so long to get into this game, but finally we have loaded.
We can blame Reborn. Not the teams, not the casters, Reborn.
I blame Bruno. You know, everything was going just fine with Dota till until Bruno went to Valve, so... Bruno, step your game up.
That's a new theory. I like it. I'm on board with that.
We've got a draft. Game 3 has begun.
So, did they ban the Ember Spirit? They did! It's out of the picture.
I'm not getting invited to the Fall Major. I lost.
Condolences. So, by banning Ember, it left Ogre in the pool, but I don't... What ended up happening in the best of 5 between 5 Jungs and Vega was that Ogre was first pick in game 1, game 2, and then it lost a game or 2. It kind of fell off, and I don't think 5 Jungs, while they still pick it and play it, it's no longer a must first pick hero for them, which was the case if you go back a few days. So they've kind of devalued the Ogre Magi on where they pick it in a given draft.
It's interesting they go for this Undying early. What are your thoughts on the hero after the change? I felt underwhelmed by him last game. They won. Kuroki didn't play poorly or anything, but like the Tombstone was constantly getting picked off. It was totally the Tusk that won the lanes, not the Undying. So was that just an aberration, and generally this hero should do more? What are your general opinions on Undying as a hero right now?
I think he's still quite good. He's very flexible. Like, you first pick an Undying, he can run offlane, he can run support, he can be a 4-position hero, a 5-position hero. Sometimes Kuro plays it, sometimes Jarek, sometimes Mind Control. They're very flexible with how they fit this into a draft, and I think the hero, while the Tombstone received some nerfs, teams are starting to realize just how strong like the Soul Rip is with the heal in a mid-game team fight, providing that little bit of extra HP for whichever, like a Razor in the front lines who gets jumped upon, can really offer a lot.
Could be a good Undying game. Double melee bruisers.
That
too. 2 strength heroes as well.
And they knew that one of these 2 heroes, possibly both, were going to be picked up, because if you don't take the Tusk, then 5 Jungs themselves were going to grab it. Same for the Ogre. So they had a pretty good idea of these kind of heroes coming their way from NiP.
Thoughts on Ogre? What's changed? Why is Ogre so much better now?
I think he's overrated, personally.
Is it really the 1 armor?
I think he's actually overrated. It's more the Bloodlust, being more of a value point, as well as just scaling better, having a bit more attack speed at all levels. The Bloodlust on Catapult doesn't really change a whole lot. It's a buff, but it's not really a meaningful buff. I think the hero is actually overrated, though. I don't think he's by any means a top pick right now.
Okay.
But
I'm curious. It's
early
early on the patch. Teams are experimenting.
Yeah.
We often see this, like when, like Skywrath started getting picked so much in TI4, teams thought he was the bee's knees, and then by the end of the group stage, everyone realized, oh wait, Skywrath's actually not that good, except when you ambush people with it.
I think the best of 5 yesterday really kind of showcased it too, because it got to a point where they were picking Ogre, and there was like a Tusk on the other team, and Tusk just offered, like, compare like what Tusk does, like with his skill set, to an Ogre. It's like Tusk has a stun that goes through BKB. He can save teammates with Snowball. He's got the nuke potential with Ice Shards, which, while it doesn't stun, blocks them off. So it functions in a very similar way to Fire Blast does. To me, Tusk is just a much more well-rounded hero than an Ogre, either in an offlane role or a support role. Like, I mean, they picked up both here, so it's not exactly entirely applicable. But to me, Tusk just fills Ogre's role in a better way.
Now, the Lina grab from NiP. We've seen this exclusively as a support thus far. Do they throw a curveball here? Put this in the mid lane? Do we see a Coralina, GoDz?
TBD, but could be. It matches up at least better against Razor than any kind of melee hero you might want to send there. The Shadow Fiend, probably the other hero that comes to mind when I think what NiP would want to run mid against the Razor.
Probably not a Templar Assassin, I'm guessing.
No, probably not.
So I guess that's the nice thing about the Razor pick here. You deny one of the, if not the strongest mids of the patch.
Yeah, and you're on dire side on NiP's case, so having a hero to give them some Roche potential is something they're likely considering. But
I wonder how much of the Razor pick is specifically that, just to discourage a TA pick without having to ban it.
I think it's just because they wanted to make sure they got Razor, because otherwise it would have been banned out in the second stage. They didn't get it either in game 1 or 2.
How did Razor even get changed in this patch? Did he get changed?
I don't think he did. I actually don't. I'll quickly check, but I don't think...
I guess he kind of indirectly got buffed because a lot of the other mids got nerfed.
Yeah, Static Link now... Okay, it's a smooth damage drain rather than like the jerky.
So if
drain.
you like quickly, yeah. So I guess it's a little more reliable, but that's pretty minor.
It's not really a
It's more like
buff by
Storm, Lena, Leshrac got nerfed, I guess. So
it's
Razor arises from his slumber to take their place.
a buff by association with those heroes as a mid laner, but he's a lot better now. I think. Oh, I'd say just because some of these heroes are less relevant, and the way Fata plays him, he makes the hero work where other teams don't seem to be able to do so. He plays more, for the most part, that one position carry as far as I've seen when he's on the Razor, where Matumba Man will be the space creator in the mid lane. If they pick like the games they lost against Vega, partially was the Brood, like both games they lost was against Brood, but it was also those 2 games where Matumba Man was on hard late game carries. One game was a Spectre, the other game was like it wasn't an anti-mage, it was something similar where it was like this big late game carry that could never come online. So it wasn't, you can't even just pin their losses on being against Brood. I think they picked Matumba Man heroes that don't suit him or his team's playstyle.
And it will be something different for Matumba Man. For the first time this series, Ember denied to him. Anti-Mage was banned out by the Yoongs. So that does... Often we see this when a team wants to have the better late game carry. They'll get rid of Anti-Mage. They are a bit light on the lockdown as well here. NiP 4th pickup. They're dire side.
Well, for 5 Youngs... It feels like they've got a lot of options. They want to go for the hard late game carry. They can. It's a lot riskier because Ogre, Tusk are such great lane dominators. The other possibility is just, getting that more mid-game oriented carry. They see PL now.
And no Ember this time.
So...
Do we see the Sven?
The IG style Sven.
I was already banned, so maybe not.
It's a not bad option. It's a fighting carry and also a late game carry. Like he offers a bit of both.
I feel like Sven could really struggle though. They're up against the Bloodlust move speed, the Sigil slow, a lot of kiting potential.
Yeah, we'd have to get a blink.
And they're light on lockdown too. Maybe the zombies can like help him get in range for some auto attacks.
I don't think you see the PL and you start worrying right off the bat from it. Like, you've got great lanes. The PL can likely struggle against an Undying type dual lane.
What else, like, off the wall, maybe? Do the Yoongs run Brood? I don't think I've seen them run Brood.
Mind Control Brood, no, not that I can recall. He's much more...
That's actually very... I feel like it's very unusual that you see a series where neither team really runs Brood. I know NiP, like, basically never runs it.
Yeah. There's the Mind Control hero. So this will be a support Undying. He has played some Undying offlane, but with the Legion Commander, puts it onto a support with the Bane. Legion Undying dual lane in the offlane can be very pesky, and it seems like that's the 5 Youngs way. Go for these aggro dual lanes that force the NiP like to commit like their supports there, and then you can kind of rotate the Undying out afterwards.
What do you make of the Spectre ban? Do you think Spectre's a scary grab for the Yoongs?
It could be. The Spectre received some decent buffs, much better at like farming jungle now with Desolate affecting creeps. And it's a great late game carry, which you want something with late game potential against the PL, but also a carry that can offer some firepower and fighting potential in the early to mid game as well. Once that Haunt comes online, you use it pretty liberally to find kills where possible.
All right, Matumba Man, what do you play in this game, my friend? Maybe a safe lane Legion, you know, GoDz. Maybe they throw a curveball our way, but not often we see that. Venomancer, the ban. Huh.
They wouldn't go TA, I don't think. Razor's almost certainly the Fata hero. Trying to think what other heroes they'd pick up here.
Oh, the hero page actually loads.
Yeah.
Cool.
They ran... Oh, Lycan was the other hero they had in play, which they lost with, which was a bit of a weird pick that game.
Surprised we haven't seen more Wind Ranger.
Yeah. It seems there's a few teams who really like the hero for the mid lane, but...
I've seen a lot of players spamming it on their personal streams. Definitely feels like a hero that we'll see more of, maybe at ESL 1 coming up this weekend. Dazzle, the final grab, though, the PL's classic partner. So looks like they were expecting the support Lina GoDz, and they were wrong. It is not a support Lina. This time it will be a core. That is always the curveball.
The one hero he's played, which is not a conventional by any means, is Lone Druid. A couple of times on Matumba Man.
Ah. Hey, you're up against PL. Maybe you want to end the game early. Get that little bit of extra siege power.
The lane could be a bit of a struggle with the Tusk Ogre as a likely dual lane down there, but that's where with the necessary support you can make up for it. The main other hero that... Okay, Juggernaut comes into play. So a stronger laning hero. So that's... I think they're worried about the lane stage with Tusk Ogre on the other side and just wanted to make sure they...
This is probably one of the best
lanes.
carries against that duo. Just has pretty tanky with the... And has the Blade Fury to dodge the combo. You always see the snowball coming.
Yeah.
So maybe it's where the Bane can get a little more me time off in the woods. Tomba Man will be playing something different here.
Not a great hero against PL by any means. You can go for that Battle Fury build to help cleave down his illusions, which seems to be the way more Jugs are building against PL. So we'll see if that's going to be the case here, but you've got a decent amount of AoE clear. The Legion Commander was actually a great pick against PL because you can instantly clear his illusions. The Overwhelming Odds now has a reduced cooldown as well, so you're more likely to get, well, you're guaranteed to get off a quicker second Overwhelming Odds in a team fight when that second amount of PL illusions come out in the late game. So Overwhelming Odds just destroys PL illusions. They take bonus damage. It already takes away 25% of their HP by default, so it is just a great hero against Phantom Lancer, and I think that's where teams, when you can't get the Ember, you go into the Legion Commander.
Yep. We're serialized here, gods. God damn it. Oh no. I can't reconnect. Oh, okay, it's just lagging.
You've got it.
That would be like the ultimate blow. Bruno's
He heard you
last
earlier.
punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed to reconnect to that game. Get
Oh,
fucked,
he's
LD.
just- tomorrow you're going to wake up with a VAC ban on your account. Like that's what's coming to you, LD.
My hats. I have a golden Huntley, man. I can't afford to lose that.
Uh-oh. Or he'll just like sneak.
Oh, are you kidding me? Dota, please.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Wah, wah, wah.
Well, we're going to get our cereals.
There's don't even try to be witty about it. It's just we've played out all our cereal jokes, I think. Nobody at the house eats cereal, actually, interestingly enough.
No.
Merlini was big on his cream of wheat for a little while.
Nobody eats breakfast at the house.
Yeah, let's be honest here.
That's like,
People have like
that's
like an early lunch or a late night snack, but breakfast is not the meal that people here prefer.
That BTSers know about. All right. So far, so good.
All right. Dota 2. We have a game on our hands. Let's go. Game 3, gods. It's changed back from a best of 5 straight into BO3.
Yep.
There you go.
Now, admin's on it.
Are we remaking?
Uh-oh. Because we didn't have enough crashes. We'll
Crashes.
have to go through the whole process
Reloads,
once again.
delays, pauses. Hey, we're beyond the schedule, man. It's only fitting here. We're trying to break that reputation, but Reborn not making it easy. This is a cool Legion set. Oh, it's not a set. No, it is, but it's not showing as items. Interesting.
All right, we're going to remake.
Woohoo!
Woo, 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 woo. All right, so let me see.
So we are remaking, right?
Yes. It looks like the player's leaving. I mean, I said they are.
Is our admin awake?
Who knows? I overruled him. I told him I told the teams we're remaking, admin approval or not. You know,
Were the players crashing as well, or just
they were lagging.
They were lagging.
The Luxembourg servers sometimes had issues. They said, depending which one you get. Doesn't look like we have another lobby up yet, but hopefully soon.
Okay. How's life treating you, buddy? How you doing? Are you back on a normal schedule now?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like being on a 8 to 12 schedule or whatever it is. I'm getting up most mornings. Oh, today it was like 7 o'clock because we started at 8 a.m.
So you like getting up early, you're saying?
No.
Oh, you don't like getting up early?
I do, but it feels very weird because I'm not. I'm like,
You know,
I'm a nocturnal.
I think Ben's actually had the most messed up schedule at the house because he went
Lately,
from
yeah.
like normal schedule, slowly waking up at like 2, 3 p.m. He's about to leave for ESL 1 like 3 days ago. He's like, you should be trying to get to bed earlier because they're 3 hours ahead. He decides to stay up until 7, 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Puffy. He's like, oh shit, it's 8 a.m. I should probably go to bed. The man is a magician when it comes to sleeping on planes, though. So I guess he's got that going for him.
Oh, that's the best skill to have. I'm so happy I can sleep on planes. I just
That is not.
that's when
that
I
is
catch
not
up
in
on
my
sleep.
tool chest.
12-hour flight, asleep for 90% of it. You like most people hate flying just because it's so long. You get bored. You can only watch so many movies. But I'm just like, I stay up on.
I'm at the mercy of the movies. If they have good movies,
Yeah.
I'm okay. It's just hard to read on a plane. And like if you have the light on, your neighbors give you that look. Like what?
Oh, I don't care about pissing people off. You sound like that's like Kevin Purge. When we flew with him, he's like, guys, don't put your seat back. It's really
Oh,
like,
Kevin!
and I'm just like, are you kidding me? They have this button to put your seat back, so everyone does it. Like, if you do it, the person behind you does it, and then everyone's happy.
And the worst part,
And Kevin's like,
I was sitting behind him on the first flight, and fucking Purge won't let me put my seat back, and the guy in front of me puts his seat back.
Yeah, dude,
so
dude.
I'm like mega crushed.
dude, you just ignore
Next
that
flight, I
shit.
was like, you know what, Kevin? I'm putting
Purge
my
doesn't
seat
know.
back.
He's talking. It was funny because I think he was in like I had Andrew in front of me. He was just putting his seat back. Like I don't care. Purge is next to him. He's refusing. So whoever's next to me, I think it was like Colo guy, didn't have Purge bringing his seat back. I'm just like, why does he care about the seat back? The light thing. I have the same approach with the lights. Like if I want to read and it's dark, I'm putting on my light.
The one violation that is completely unacceptable in an international flight is opening the window. Do not open the goddamn window. If I ever catch you doing that, you are in big trouble.
Most international flights will be like overnight, so it's dark outside, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but then you got like the one person who doesn't feel like sleeping, or like their whole day is going to be the flight, and then they're just going to like go on a vacation. Like, oh, what's outside? There's clouds outside, you dumbass. There's fucking clouds outside. Don't open the window. Never do that. Don't even think about it. Because the problem is
maybe
like,
they're claustrophobic and they just need to see like the extra.
like
space
the overhead
outside.
light at least only bothers your seatmates a
Yeah.
little bit. The window bothers like an entire section of the plane.
Yeah.
Think of the sleepers.
You don't sleep on planes, though. You've just admitted.
But no, like the rare moment where I'm
gotta
trying.
get your story straight.
No, but I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, that's the
not
worst.
healthy.
Because if you're asleep, you don't like. I don't care if the window's open because I sleep and I sleep really hard. So like, if you want to open your window, go for it. If I'm asleep, it's when you're like you say, you're trying to sleep, and in your mind you're like, I can sleep, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and then no, shut down, not allowed.
So we have everyone in the lobby, folks, and everyone decided to have a good old wank. So we'll have like a 5-minute delay here. We are trying to find a server. Not sure if any are available right now.
Stockholm. We're flipping coins. I got heads.
How do you flip? Slash flip. Oh.
Exactly the command you'd expect it to be.
Oh, they have. Yeah, they have-
Reborn has provided some cool features and also taken away a lot of less cool but necessary features, like the game not crashing. I'll give you back your flip command valve if you just prevent these crashes that we keep getting. Like,
They got to fix it before ESL, right? They have like 2 days to fix it.
yeah. Last I got was that they think they found out what's causing it, and there should be a fix in the next patch.
Okay. Well, I guess there's going to be one patch before ESL.
Yeah, not a balance change, I imagine. Just like little doodads and things, tickets, hats, cosmetics, and bug fixes.
We are loading. We're waiting on one broadcaster. I can probably guess which. Well, let me double check something.
Why are you hating, LD? Why are you hating?
Do we have the Chinese casters in the game? It's always the Chinese
But there's
casters.
two of them, so that means one is connected. And if one's connected, I like to believe both could have.
To be fair, we have a lot of
I'm a
trouble connecting to
believer.
the Chinese servers, so
Yeah.
it's a two-way street.
Success! All pick, let's go. We're in the game, guys. We have got Game 3, the decider. The Five Youngs versus the Ninjas in
Oh,
Pyjamas.
man, they just snapped everything up. Thank you, guys. We're underway here. PL, and then, we got all 10 heroes. We're ready to go.
So, draft-wise, I slightly prefer Five Youngs draft. I think the Legion, one of the heroes which got some pretty major buffs on the recent patch, and also just fits this game very well as a PL counter. Also a great way to protect and save a frontline Razor who may get initiated on by a snowball, by some stuns. Oh, don't... We've got... LD, you may
I'm fucking losing it, man. I'm dying here.
Look, get
Your
on my...
shit's gonna crash.
Get
don't
on
even,
my, get
don't
on my
even
level,
think
LD.
that your game
Get
is not gonna
on
crash.
my
Don't even
level,
pretend.
okay?
You are tempting the gods.
What is this?
He is the god, says Rob.
You guys are on effigy watch. What is this effigy? Whoops! Whoa! I've gone from one weird effigy to the next. There we go. What?
Nice.
What? Reborn effigy.
What is that? Who is that? What creature is that? Is that Lifestealer like popping out of
Bat Rider without his bat.
Oh, it looked like a Lifestealer popping out of Infest.
It looks like he's taking the crap right now.
All right.
We better get back to LD's camera.
I'm back.
LD's like,
spare us from GoDz's camera control.
30 seconds to battle.
All right, guys. Game 3. Hype. Get excited. This is the decider. It will be our only match of the day. Though it feels like a... It started so epic, Game 1. If you guys missed Game 1, I know a lot of you just kind of waking up, getting home from work. Definitely check the VOD, which will be up at youtube.com/BeyondTheSummit. An excellent game it was. But now we'll see a little skirmish here, guys. Rumble in the river, perhaps. Fada walks in, and he is the king of the hill here. Meanwhile, Top Rune Mind Control kind of wants it, but not bad enough to commit. So Fada will have the Bounty Rune advantage in the mid lane. Limp probably not too happy about that, and oh mama.
Yeah, PL not really the ideal hero to get a Bounty Rune on. We'll help him a bit, because he's going to have maybe a rough time if his supports... if just Dazzle is supporting him. Ogre kind of uncertain where he'll be looking to head.
What? Who uses wireless headsets anyway?
I
What
use
is
one
that?
LD. What's your problem? Actually, I have one which I still mostly use my earbuds.
How long do they last? How good's the battery life on those?
About 6 hours, maybe. It's not great, but you can. It's got like a. You can just plug
I
it
know
in and
someone
out.
at the house who shall remain nameless likes it because he can go to the bathroom and not take his headphones off.
Yep.
You can be like listening to an audiobook or something.
Oh, exactly. Listen to an audiobook. You can keep listening to a stream.
Yeah.
Because you can easily follow the act. Like if you're watching a Dota, like if you're watching this game right now, if you could be just hearing us shoot the shit without video and still understand what's going on.
Okay. Maybe I can be
I don't know.
convinced.
Mid lane, it's just a nightmare static link.
Give me that damage. Oh, delicious. Yummy. Plus 36. Lane's over. Limp can have a rough go of it here early on.
So mid laner, it's
Yeah. I mean, once they
Nicolina,
picked
yep.
the Dazzle last.
Yeah.
Because they banned the Veno. They thought it was going to be support.
I'm just like
You're trying to
the
remember
draft
what
was so
happened
long
in the
ago.
draft.
Like I was like, oh,
It was legitimately
right.
15 minutes ago,
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
Maybe more.
So both teams running a solo offlane. We're not seeing any aggro dual lanes this time around like has normally been the case. Mostly from NiP with their aggro dual lanes, but we'll see supports dedicated for the most part, protecting the safe lane early on, although that's likely to move into and transition towards Ogre roaming around as well as the Bane helping out where possible. Jerex, very much known for roaming around and being very pesky.
Matumbo, man, what a crit lord. Quick double crit on Jonas Fan. Does have the value Mango here. I really like Mango on Jug, especially if you're not going to get early stats.
Yep. They're going in for this kill.
Oh,
on
Jonas
bottom.
Fan, a lot of trouble coming his way. They will TP the Ogre. Work. Comes in, tries to save him. Will be enough. It's back. But they do force the TP nice and early. And man, Fada just bullying this mid lane. 8-4 to the 3-2 Lina.
Yeah. I think Tusk ate his Mango. Did he have a Mango as well? I heard a Mango sound, and looking at Tusk, he's already got a lot of mana back.
Yeah, it must be the Tusk. Jug has not eaten his yet.
Yeah. So that's a good forced rotation. 5 Youngs come out on top as far as that exchange goes, forcing the Ogre to TP, and they do have to worry about Fata now in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, hasted, angry little beast roaming on the mid lane. He's going to salve up in the trees, force out the TP. Now gets off the plasma field. Fada with the big turnaround special. Perhaps
mana.
Jirex has a clarity potion. Just has the nightmare, but Limp already able to grab that bounty rune. Oh, jump back to safety. Meanwhile, Mind Control being pressured back.
And
in
this
the
thing to always
top
keep
lane.
tabs off when you're like the counter ganker like a Bane. You want to make sure you have mana for TP and your spell, in this case Nightmare, so maybe just didn't quite realize, otherwise he should have clarity'd in lane perhaps.
Yeah, now does have the Brain Sap available as well.
Might just look to set up another static.
You know, if he was a real jerk, he'd just skill up Enfeeble here and just make Limp's life even more miserable.
I guess he can get a last hit.
I
with
still like
one-
the idea that if more than your damage gets sapped, you should heal when you attack. I think that would just be a fun mechanic.
Yeah, and it wouldn't really be that much of a nerf to Bane by any means.
No, it'd be a buff, because when he enfeebles them, they start healing opponents when they attack them.
Oh, healing opponents. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Or if razor damage, because you could do like the steal damage strat then.
Yeah.
It would be gimmicky, but I would
In
think
theory, they should just not attack if they have negative damage. But yeah, you don't always keep tabs of it.
Or if we want to go full Lumi, they start critting. They start crit healing the opponents. Okay, we're done with this. So Juggernaut Gods, this hero has received over the past, I guess, 2-3 patches, quite a lot of changes. He used to be the 1-point Wonder God of 6.83. Not so much anymore, so Matumba Man, it looks like, is going to go for stats as well as the Blade Fury Max, and man, that does a lot of damage.
He's got nothing to snowball to.
See ya. Man, Matumba Man is powering his way through him.
Yeah, he needed to stay near his creep wave because he can snowball dodge the Blade Fury damage and then
That thing hurts.
live.
Jeez.
Yeah, it scales really well. It's just a spell that falls off and isn't reliable damage because of it being a melee range nuke. But
Phase Boots now grabbed up here. Still hasn't eaten the mango either.
Yep.
Could really come in handy for that Omni / Blade Fury combo.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
your first kill.
And that's where I imagine
first
Jonas
level
will
6
learn
skill.
his lesson and stay near the creeps for a snowball next time. And if he has got Omni Slash, he may survive the Blade Fury, but he won't survive an
Oh,
Omni
this
Slash.
hate on Limp. Kuroki was just waiting. Drops the zombie. Stun. Oh, Limp stuns nothing. And the zombies continue poking him and prodding him. And meanwhile, they also manage to go on Handskin in the mid lane. Damage being stolen. Oh, in a lot of trouble here, trying to run away. Oh, the link does get broken, and everyone's going to roundabout back off. Jerax, the man caught out, has the level 1 brain set, does use it. Decent amount of health healed up. Ice Shards coming in from distance, snipes him from above the cliff. Handskin now graved, kept alive. A 7-hero rotation on the mid lane, it looks like.
Ooh, Miss Plasma Field may
Everybody
have
and their
finished
mother.
Handskin off.
Come in here. Meanwhile, top, mind control. Only level 2, Gods. Getting harassed a lot. Really struggling here in the offlane.
I imagine it was Dazzle just fully zoning him out, but now Seal Kid CP'd mid does give some openings to mind control to get XP. A hero who will turn around this game very quickly. You get a few levels, you can farm quickly with an overwhelming odds and a creep wave or two, and he's still sitting on 700 gold, buys a bottle now, so not like mind control has been feeding or anything.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Would you rather give up the kill and have the experience for Jonas Fan though? Or would you rather just not be dying in the offlane?
On the
Like,
Tusk, you
which
mean, or on
offlaner
the-
do you think is getting more off the map right
I'd
now?
say it's about the same. I think
Okay.
for Jonas and Fam, I think it's very similar. I think Legion will be getting more catch up quickly with his power farm from the overwhelming odds, but getting an extra bit of XP. Tusk can do a lot with levels, whereas Legion Commander at level 4 doesn't roam like a Tusk does. So I think Tusk got what he wanted, which was the levels in exchange for a death. For Legion, you want the farm a bit more than you need the early XP. So I think both are kind of happy with where they are.
There is actually a D-ward waiting to happen in the mid lane. Ping's coming out. Has Razor scouted this? I think he's just kind of expecting it to be up the hill. So Kuroki will give it the old roundabout, and he also pings it out. But not ready to go in. Meanwhile, top lane. Something he doing? Hanskin unable to find anyone, though. He's going to back off.
They'll reward the lane, which is going to continue to give mind control issues getting XP out of this lane.
And uh-oh. Mind control. Second time's the charm. Holding the stun. Now going to let it go. And oh, what a beautiful shadow wave there. That's only level 1. Huge damage. They do sleep the PL. They're rotating Kuroki, dropping the Tombstone. Matumba Man ready to engage. Has the Omni Slash available with the Mango at the ready. Seal Kid. Graves still online. Gonna Mango up. No, just gonna TP away. Matumba Man thwarted in his efforts, and now may have to Mango just to Omni Slash to get out of here. Just has the mana for it, but PL is gonna kill him anyway. It seems Blade Fury cooling down. Gets the Purge for mind control. A little bit of extra heal to come his way. Turns on the illusion. And now the old Do-si-do going back in, but it's too late. What a great play there by Seal Kid.
Yeah, that was nice defensive play from NiP with the Juggernaut rotation, not giving him any chance for an Omni Slash and not really amounting to anything from a Matumba Man. Wasted time where he could have been fighting more, but could have been farming more. But he doesn't want to farm. He's gone for Max Blade Fury, picks up a Ring of Aquila, a Magic Wand. He's going for pure early game presence here with his item build. So.
And Kuroki getting aggressive. I mean, they've just been moving so much. They're constantly switching lanes, TPing, smoke ganking, getting aggressive wards down. Everybody's left their lane, aside from Fada. That's it. And man, Fada's benefited.
He's the farmer.
He's up 22 CS on the Lina mid. So much for being a mid dominator. She's getting wrecked.
Good news for 5youngs is they do have a sentry mid lane to scout out Limp should he walk close enough for it. So not in too much danger here unless they really overextend and commit to the tier 1 tower.
Oh, dear.
You sounded in so much pain as you said that. Not another boss. Not another crash.
This time it's the players, too.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. So, for NiP, I'm curious to see how Era plays. If he's going to go for more of a farming style build with the Phantom Lance, or if he feels he needs to fight with his team. I think because of what Jug's going to be doing, he may have to fight more. And Lina's another hero who can't... It's not like you can say, oh, Lina will fight while Jug farms. Lina is under-farmed, under-leveled, actually needs a decent amount of item progression. You want to get the Yules up at a decent time. You want the Ag Scepter, so... I think PL needs to be more active this game. Alright, it's gaming time.
Fada's a gamer. I'm a gamer. We're all gamers here, and we're gaming. Back underway. Mind control still lacking experience here. Level 3 in the off lane. And oh, Fada, this might actually be deep enough for him to die. Gets the defensive sleep going. Has the ultimate as well. Bottle charge is available. Snowball, they have the firepower. But man, they really had to work for that. Era now rotating in. Pounding forward towards Jarex. We'll finish him off. And now the hunt continues. Up the hill goes the stun. And a walrus punch to follow it up. 3 down. Just like that. Matumba Man had no TP, unfortunately, so they couldn't have looked to turn it with the Jug. And, well, Legion, pretty useless at this stage of the game.
One of those really aggressive positioning where I imagine the pause kind of threw him off. He just kind of forgot like where he was and where NiP were just because of the pause. Just being that kind of disruptive nature as far as just the state of the game goes. And NiP capitalize, not by any means abusing it.
The big backstab coming out here. And they're going to force Limp into a world of pain. Omni Slash, oh, it bounces once to the creeps, but just enough damage there to get the kill. And with that, GoDz mid tower in jeopardy. Pops the healing.
He just got the bottom tier 1. He's about to get 2 towers in a row. That's a big
And he
boost
still has
of
his
gold.
mango, by the way. Oh, off in the dire jungle.
You're really like, I love the mango too, don't worry, but hold on
that's
for
the
as long as
value.
possible.
He may never use it, honestly.
Yep.
Because at this point, he's got the Aquila, he's got the stick charges, he's got the point in stats.
He says, dude, Lil, you can end the game with 6 mangoes by selling your item. I'm going to end the game with a mango without
The
selling
good old
items.
honest way, you know.
Play with 5 items slots. That's some hard mode Dota 2 right there.
I think the real winner isn't even the Jug, it's mind control. He was level 3 at 8 minutes. Now he's level 5.5 at 10.
Yeah.
Really caught up nicely.
Tusk is still a full couple of levels ahead, has Walrus Punch, maxed out Ice Shards, and that's come from getting those kills. So mid lane especially with the Razor kill followed up by the support kills. That was really where the Tusk got the big boost. But mind control making use of that space and will have a decent timing, treads, bottle, wand, and be able to at least offer a bit to his team here.
So, GoDz, let me ask you. We've had a lot of pauses trying to get our fingers back on the pulse of this game. What are the respective game plans here for each team? We see a nice early start for the Jungs, or the Jungs, sorry. They're up by about 3k gold, even on experience. How does each team look to approach this?
NiP, smoked up now, will look to keep on doing smoke gangs. I think they want to try and find a lot of pickoffs, find kills, and try and get some of these tier 1 towers down. They'll find mind control here at top. They will barely bring him down. Fata's rotated in, but despite having levels in the tombstone here, it doesn't really feel like 5youngs are that teamfight ready. They want to play more of a farming style. That's kind of what Fata normally does with the Razor, is just stack the jungle a lot, go for the SMY, even focus a bit more towards the split push. But for NiP, I think it's more gank-oriented, like gank into tower pushes. And 5youngs, it's going to be very reactionary, where they want to try and avoid getting ganked, or if they do get ganked, they want to try and counterplay it.
Fata tanking the Lance as well as an Ogre. Zug Zug gets off the follow-up slow. Now the Walrus Punch. Fata, though, very durable here, and that was a big decay going the other direction. Era now dueled. No, the grave. No damage for you, sir. Era going in with the Lance. Still has the Doppelganger. Jumps back. They got to finish him off. Somebody kill that Monkey Man. Mind control desperately trying for it. Oh, he does hit the overwhelming odds. The Jukes. The Jukes. Keeps on going. Keeps on going. Trapped by the sharks. They can't kill Era. Oh, that hurts. That hurts, and he's even coming back in for a Lance here if they're not careful. The full duration grip, not going to matter. Mind control also surviving, 27 HP. Oh, he's going to live. He again goes in, pokes. Them prods, I cannot believe those two survived. That is just ridiculous.
Radiant's middle tower
And
is under
Matama Man's like, yeah, I'm just gonna hit creeps bottom.
He had a TP the whole time. I think he just figured the fight was over, so he was like, okay, fight's over, let's not rotate in. And then the fight kept on going, and he was actually like, I looked over at him once, and he was just sitting in the trees as if he was watching the fight and trying to decide whether to TP or not, and didn't make a decision either way. You need to just push the lane and farm it and pressure the tier 2 tower or TP right away, and he just seemed kind of stuck in that middle ground of, do I TP, do I not TP? I'm not really pressuring the tier 2, but I'm also not helping my team. If he knew how long the fight was going to be drawn out, he definitely would have TP'd, but...
Yeah, that grave was so clutch. Denies the dual damage, saves the PL, allows them to get an extra kill. And that's the second time Seal Kid has come up huge on the timing here as the Dazzle. For me, at least, has definitely been the MVP so far for NiP.
He's done well, and I just couldn't believe how long Area just stayed alive. The fact he actually survived that entire gank is incredible.
And then he did the rain around the Rosie on the trees. I like the fact that Legion goes back in for an additional overwhelming odds with like 30 health. We got a little bit of everything in that particular fight. Your Jug does go to the mid lane, though.
Seal Kid's alone at top.
Jarex gets off the sleep.
He's got no
Has the grip in 3 seconds. Could go for this.
They're ganking mid, so...
Oh, big grip onto Seal Kid. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, Juggernaut goes down. The much bigger grab, but they will maybe get Seal Kid. Grave, TP, sleep. No, you're not getting out of here. Come over here, kid.
Jewel?
Oh, he wants it. He'll get it. Finally a winner. 14 minutes in.
Needs an escape plan, though, against this PL.
Limp's thinking about it. He already committed the Laguna to get that kill mid on the Jug. Can he stun Fada? Does get the stun off. Follow-up. Slave is there. Now the Lance slowly poking and prodded Fada. Has stick charges. Needs to use them right away. Is going to go down. Very patient execution there by Limp. Waiting until everyone else backs off and then making his move.
Dazzle getting that grave off just made it so that 5 Youngs has had to chase that a little bit further and take that a little bit longer to get the kill. And Jug went down instantly, which meant they could kill the Jug and then rotate top for the counterplay. Getting an added Razor kill was a big pickup for NiP, who now have numbers in this top lane. They could try and pressure the top T1 tower. It's still full HP, and Lina not the most teamfight ready. A bit low on mana here. Does have the bottle charges, so will have a Laguna Blade available, it looks like.
Shards out. NiP on the move. They do not have their precious Dazzle, though. He's trying to get a little personal time, maybe a ward or two up in the mid lane. I think recognizing they really want Seal Kid there if they're going to push. They will back off. Safely TPing the old stupid brute to the bottom lane. He's hit level 6. Soul Ring Tranquil's up. Definitely needs some more levels on farm here, though, it feels.
Yep. I think one of the heroes they don't really want to remain a kind of 5-position support.
Oh, almost caught Jarex in fully. Close call there.
Gets the D ward off, so denies some of that vision. Right now, 5 Youngs, great vision if they want to go for another top lane push here. They've got the ward behind the T1 tower, they've got the ward at the top river. It looks like Matama Man is swinging up there, although he's been scattered out by a dire ward himself.
Yeah, he's been getting more and more active with his movements, and they do have the lane ward here as Era. He's out.
And they know this is a free tower now. You see the PL TP out, and he's not TPing somewhere to farm. He's just getting the hell out of what he sees as a very risky location. So that's a big problem fighting hero that's taken out of the picture. So free tower for Matamba Man, who almost has a completed Sanjin Yasha.
But Era continues to farm. He's ahead of the Razor, not too far off the Jug. He's scouted right now, but you can see very safe play. He's got a skill. Beautiful. Uses the illusion, give him a little bit of vision. Recognizes, identifies the jungle's not safe. Swings on towards mid instead.
This is a cool new Radiant ward I haven't seen at the top lane. Something a bit different coming out from 5 Youngs.
Is it? I think it's in range of the normal sentry place.
Yeah. We're seeing fewer teams sentry right on the hill just because
they normally do
it's
like
such an obvious spot.
Well, where are the ward placements around here? There's like
There's
the one that's like over here.
There's the one right at the trees,
this
like
one.
here.
Yeah.
There's a ton, and I think the idea is that the sentry is more likely to be south of the cliff, so that this ward is out of detection. But
okay, that's interesting. Does it see anything further? Like, oh, you know what? It sees all the way to the ramp as well, which I think some of the other ones over there don't. Obviously, the hill ward does, but
it sees pretty much the same, slightly less vision than hill ward, just less likely to be dewarded. We'll see if Silk can find it.
Yeah, we also saw this ward earlier.
There's that sentry. He doesn't have flying vision for the cliff. He can use weave if he's worried about it being on top of the cliff.
Or the courier.
And there's the courier. Yeah. So this ward has done exactly what it was meant to do. Give the same vision as this hill and not get dewarded. And that sentry was planted exactly to scout at that cliff. This is actually a really good sentry he's put down. It scouts out the 3 most common spots, I'd say. The cliff, the big camp one, and the ward right of these trees. So it's a really neat little sentry, but...
The mind game.
There's 4 dire sentries in their jungle, and they haven't dewarded this ward. That's crazy.
Well, this one was separate. That was for a little action mid when the Bane... But still, 3 just to try and get rid of that. That's pretty crazy. It's the life of a support. Maybe don't always go. Oh, Omni mid, limp. Yep, you're gone. No Yule Scepter yet.
That's the stuff support players get excited about.
Yeah. The ward! The ward! It can't be found!
That's what gets them off.
Ward hype.
Everyone has their own fetishes, you know?
Next time you see a really sick ward, I just want to hear you go like, ham. It scouts out everyone!
Save it for a big competition, but
okay. Just keep that in your back
prepare.
pocket for a rainy day. Hey, a Blink Dagger on Legion. All right, 18 minutes in, mind control, bottled up, haster.
I mean, the support players don't get enough hype around them, so.
I've been pimping out Seal Kid this game, showing him some love, you know.
I mean, they don't make the hype plays unless you're like playing a Rubik or something.
Let's hear it.
Great, Dazzles can, you know, you get some sick graves.
The Blink Dagger reveal may come now. Seal Kid, does he get off the grave? He does before the duel. Very well played again. The Dazzle just being a pain in the rear of mind control. Elsewhere in the trees, oh, Durax. He's found a second helping of NiP. Jonas Umfan completely trapped out here. Snowballs, tries to make the plays, doesn't have a Blink Dagger, unfortunately, or maybe he could escape otherwise, but punches up the Juggernaut, who continues pursuit. Get that Walrus Man! Kill him! Get him! Decay! Plasma Field, who wants it? Okay, Fada's gonna take it. Man, they had to work for that.
They had grip. They could have just gripped out of the Nightmare, but they really wanted to save the grip, which was... They were always going to get the kill, but they had to work a whole lot harder. Back to farming now. Fata TP top, which is a dangerous spot to be with the PL flank coming in. He has been pinged out, though, so it looks like they know Ares here. And the tier 1 will go down.
So Fata goes Yasha here. You've cast a couple of his recent Razor games, Gods. What's the build-up? Sanji Yasha, Manta, just a casual Yasha?
SMY BKB, or sometimes he's done Yasha BKB and then gone back for the SMY later, but he really loves the extra movement speed. So combine the Yasha with the unstable current, and he's sitting at 434 move speed.
Somebody help Hanskin. He's going to need it. 2 hero stun from the Lina. Well played. Has the stick charges. Could turn and pop them. The duel comes out. Finally. Finally, Mind Control gets a second duel win. And Matama Man, just as usual, AFK pushing the bottom lane. Continue to accelerate his farm curve. Let's get trapped out a bit here. The Snowball coming in. Can Blade Fury to dodge this one. Doesn't get off the Blade Fury. Then tanks the Laguna Blade. Couple more auto attacks. Maybe enough to finish him, but he phases. Tries to run away. The shards trap him in. Ends up going down. Another big grab on the Juggernaut. There was one mid earlier.
Yeah, I think he just felt confident that he could Blade Fury TP away, but you can't do so when it's a Tusk who's snowballing on you because he can Walrus Punch to cancel. And you find ourselves giving up a big kill unnecessarily. Did complete his Sanjin Yasha? Oh no, he's an ultimate ult. He's gone for Manta style instead. Bit of an interesting deviation. Normally you see the Manta instead of the SMY more so when you're up against an Orchid or a big Silence you want to get rid of. There's not any big spells that this is going to get you out of as a Juggernaut this game.
Yeah.
It does give you more split push, which does seem to be more of the focus from the Juggernaut, as we've seen just now at the bottom lane.
As for Fada, though, we'll go for the Saj. So
yep.
2 roads diverging here for the respective carries. As Kuroki continues his ward battle. Wants that 50 gold for his buddies. Let's see. Jerax will be happy to collect that. Thank you very much. That's going to be mine. But it's about to expire anyway. And, you know, Gods, as much as it feels like as of late the Jungs have been the aggressors, Era is quietly farming, and they are hanging very even here in terms of net worth overall.
Yeah, he's approaching that late game PL that can be so hard to deal with, so scary. Mind Control in the Legion, I think in a team fight, it's really important to keep him alive for as long as possible because of how much they need the overwhelming odds against the PL illusions.
Air will bottle up a regen now. Retreats out. Oh, thinking about going back in. Doesn't realize there's a smoke here. Oh, almost reveals it. Not quite, though. But, good news for NiP. Doesn't really matter because there's nobody off in the Radiant jungle. Now they start pinging. Where do they go next? Which way will the rumble commence? Jirex about to walk up the ramp. He will be scouted here momentarily. Dire Ward revealing all. That could have been a great hype moment for you, buddy.
This is round of 12, Oldie, please.
Only our first match here of many to come in the European Summit qualifier. For those who don't know, the top 2 teams will come to the LAN finals from Europe. So we'll see at least 2 impressive squads from that region. Traveling all the way, making the journey to LA. Right when it gets cold in Europe, they can come to the sunnier climb. Should be fun.
And 5 Youngs with their recent showing, winning Nanyang and doing well elsewhere, definitely one of the favorites coming in, at least kind of the top 3 or 4, I'd say. VP and Secret, obviously, as strong as ever, but...
And then you've got Monkey Business, who looks really strong. I'd say, like, it's, you know, there's been teams kind of making little runs, right? Yep. And maybe Vega 4 or 5 days ago, Vega won the MLG qualifier, fell just short, and Nanyang going the distance against the Jung, so... It's been a very evenly matched European region, and we have not seen much of the big-name teams, I guess, VP and Secret.
They've been invited to everything. So VP and Secret, then the 3 teams you mentioned who each qualified. It was great because a different team qualified for each of the big lands, MLG, ESL, and Nanyang. So we'll see a different European team at each outside of the direct invites.
You know, some fun. Just prepped in the tree line here. He has opted for the medallion grab. Very different build up here on the Tusk, not the Desolator that we saw from, I think it was Mind Control in game number 1.
Also not the Blink Dagger, so he doesn't have that great jump initiation, which it does feel like they're lacking. They've got a Yule Scepter to start things off, but if you want to gank someone like a Jug, I feel Yules doesn't cut it because you can always Blade Fury out of the Yules and prevent the stun combo coming out, and that's where having a Blink Walrus Punch, to me, is a valuable asset.
Very tactical game here as Fada almost gets caught by the shards. Oh, there's the Yule Scepter setting up for a Lina stun. Laguna Blade available. Immediately going to let it fly. Dazzle here with the heal bomb as well. Secondary Walrus Punch gets the job done, but now the turnaround comes as the Juggernaut goes to work. Slicing and dicing. Still has a Blade Fury available. No, he lost his mana. Can't get it off in the end. And on the sidelines of the fight, Mind Control's engaged. The duel comes out. Fortunately, doesn't die during it. And Ogre just commits for this one. He's going in, dying to the Juggernaut illusions. Lots of crits there. As PL, also dueling illusions. I think realizing that's not the real hero. That's not the one you're looking for. Will turn, makes it a 2 for 2. They lose the core Razor. Everyone else that dies is a support. And that's the end of the fight.
Jonas starts that fight with a kind of cool bait. He uses his Ice Shards and Snowball on the creep wave as if he's about to back off. And you think, okay, Tusk just used his spells while I'm in plain sight. He's not looking to go on me. And then the Lina just comes in with a Yule. So it was a kind of nice little pseudo bait from Tusk and set everything up to get the Razor kill. And the 2 for 2 favoring NiP because they get the Razor kill and just lose their support cast.
We'll take this mid tower now. NiP clawing their way back into this, Gods, and with that tower going down, the Razor kill, it's almost a dead even game.
Yeah, they could be considering Roshan at some time in the near future. The medallion can help them achieve that. Jonas also has the money for the Solar Crest. He's going to pick it up, so that's going to give some, either the frontliner a big boost to their armor, as well as evasion against like something potentially like a Juggernaut Omni Slash. The Razor DPS also coming out from the Eye of the Storm. A really handy item to have, and even just for the Tusk himself, who's often in the front lines and taking a lot of damage.
How do you see these teams match up late game?
So I feel Vata's getting a lot less farm than he normally does on this Razor, which is a concern for the late game of 5 Youngs. If he was kind of on par with where he needed to be, I like what 5 Youngs have. They have the better initiation coming out of the Legion Commander. They also have great single target lock. Like the single target lockdown that goes through BKBs from Bane, from Legion is both great. There aren't actually any BKBs, but it's something you'd normally consider in a late game scenario, even on a Lina, a Tusk, PL less so. But
we have level 2 Laguna here.
Has gone back for the Battle Fury also. Good point to note. So he's gearing up to be able to fight the PL in the late game on the Juggernaut. And they've got great ways of dealing with the PL illusion.
Uh-oh. Tumbo will take the Laguna Blade, then the multicast. Ding, ding, ding. Ah, sleep. Try to save him. Omni slashed on the creeps. And then back to the heroes. Now the grip preventing Limp from using himself. He'll end up going down. The Juggernaut spins to win, and he'll walk away with a healing ward to get him right back to full HP.
Nice play.
Something he doing? Ogre just not really sure how to react to that one. As Jonas and Fawn is coming from behind. But with the Juggernaut here, they might be able to kill him and get a third duel win. They will. Mind Control very happy with the outcome there. Man, that Bane Fiend's grip just turning the fight.
And the defensive Nightmare preventing Jug from dying. He would have died during the Fire Blast with just the Lina right clicks coming out, but the Nightmare saved his life. Jerax making the plays happen there. Like,
they really thought they had the Jug, and all of a sudden, full HP in his prime, charging right in. Do they extend here for some additional kills? Fauna popping the ultimate. Does not have the Ag, so won't be quite as powerful in this siege, but still, the Jungs looking for their first lane of racks and a 2-1 victory. Probably feeling after game 1 like they really should have been able to 2-0 this.
Well, it's like you said, it was dead even just a minute ago, and it was. All it took was one great turnaround play from the Juggernaut, taking out the Lina. Laguna Blade was also used, so it was a Lina who used all her spells, gets taken out. They get the secondary kill on the Ogre, and suddenly you're just looking at a melee racks at 28 minutes out of nowhere from a team that wasn't ahead by any means.
They had the ding ding, like that just felt like a Jug kill, man. And I think the Jungs were probably even thinking he was dead, but NiP not to be deterred by this first melee Rex going down bottom, and indeed it did die. Will now walk into the Roche pit. A little bit risky though, they're committing a lot for this, and the Jungs are having none of it as they surge forward. Getting the Jug illusions into the pit, scouting things out. They identify Roshan fairly healthy, an angry clap from him. Leave me alone. Get the hell out of my house. And Era will oblige.
Oh, Fata's, you don't want to fight now. Fata's just stolen 200 damage from an illusion. One of the great things you can do as a Razor. It's obviously ideal to get it from a hero to reduce their attack damage, but if you can get a guaranteed plus 200, you take it.
Can't argue with that. Also went Shiva's Guard, incidentally. Not opting for the Assault Cuirass here.
Great item against the PL. It gives you more AoE nuke damage and just slows the attack speed, so there's less just DPS coming out from the PL, his illusions, and the Diffusal Blade mana break as well. They're back in the Roche pit, though.
Oh, man, this is interesting.
They really want to risk this one.
This is a big commitment. Shard's coming out, but everyone from the Jungs just skate right past it.
They've got Omni Slash, so
we've deployed. Like Matumba Man wants to just run the hell in. Fata starts it off with a Shiva's Guard, but nobody ready to commit. A dance continues. Oh, gets caught by the multicast, but will be purged. Beautifully handled by Mind Control. This is the longest standoff with nothing actually happening that I've seen in some time. The teams continue to poke, prod, and oh, free bounty rune. Thank you very much. I'll take that. And now back to mid. You know, with the medallion nerf gods, Roshan takes a lot longer here, and it seems like the Jungs are trying to play around that fact.
NiP are really trying to play this fine little dance between taking Roche, backing off when they're not mid, and as soon as 5 Jungs show mid again, they're like, oh, let's get back in there, try and finish it off, but PL just not a hero that's really great for bringing down Roche quickly, and
they're just standing here. They're like, oh, kind of want Roche, kind of don't. Fada's going to force their hand. He takes the tower mid. He continues the push.
They can trade Roche for the high ground now.
Yeah, I think the Jungs will happily take another Rax.
NiP have no glyph too. You don't at this point you don't care about Roche because you're on the high ground. You're taking a tier 3 and a melee Rax, and yeah, they give up Roche. They have to back off.
Welcome to the slap chop. Matumba Man quickly dealing with that. Oh, Kuroki caught out. Thanks Laguna, but he already got off the ultimate. Not the biggest deal in the world of Mind Control. Duels, Limps gets the winner. That's huge. Handskin could be next. And on the backside of the fight, looks like NiP trying to pincer them in a little bit. Matumba Man still has an Omni Slash available, but the illusions will be the death of one. Now Omni Slash, they're clearing out the illusions, caving in Jonas Mfan's face. He'll drop as well. Seal Kid could be next. Juggernaut doing work, blinking forward is Mind Control. One last swipe of that blade. 4 heroes down. No Roshan forfeited. And the courier also killed off on the way.
Just for good measure.
To the secret shop, it looks like. Didn't have anything on it, and this may be the end, guys. No buybacks.
Yeah, no buybacks. PL cannot defend this on his own. He's got no way to build up an illusion. I mean, even if he does, Legion can quickly just take it out using the nuke. And it's a second lane of Rax. That is a close to insurmountable lead for 5 Jungs. Their late game easily capable of dealing with a farm PL. They've got Battlefield and Juggernaut. They've got a Legion Commander, Razor as well, who's itemized with Shivers, and now we'll go into Butterfly to throw some evasion into the mix. they'll have the answers to a PL. So it can't just be a PL late game. And looking at NiP, that's all it really is. We don't see a Deso or any DPS coming out on Tusk. Lina's still not even got the Aghanim Scepter quite yet. And Roshan, which wasn't taken by NiP, will now go the way of 5 Youngs.
And I have Scotty now. Man continuing to pile up the items here as he extends his lead. And NiP want to contest this, but they're going to be too slow. The initial PL illusion scout things out. They get the tombstone down on the high ground, and already looking to engage. Omni Slash cooling down fairly soon here. There's the Blink dual initiation onto Limp, but the heal turns it rather quickly. Then the Grave, it's going to be a winner. Big damage now. 14 coming out for the Lina, who still melts anyway. Handskin trying to hold his own. They've lost the Juggernaut once. Can they kill him a second time? He comes back. He comes back now. He's got Omni Slash soon, and he spins forward. Just trying to buy time. 5 seconds and counting. They got to burst him down. Got to burst him down. Healing Ward comes out to heal bomb. Matumba dies. He had the ult at the final hour. Couldn't get it up. What a huge turn for NiP. Creeps marching mid. They're down 2 lanes of Rex, but they crack that Aegis. They kill him off a second time. And they hang on, gods. And did I mention that Lina won a duel? Lina won a duel.
Oh, that plus Lina's now late game hero.
Yes.
All right, I was talking
Hey,
about
she's
PLs,
got
they're
attack
only late
speed,
game
man.
hero.
Just a couple more duels. Seal Kid. Oh, my goodness. What a player.
Late game secured.
That heal bomb did so much work.
Yeah, I legitimately thought Jug was going to be fine to at least... Even if he gets off an Omni Slash there, it's likely the PL illusions could soak it up, or you get 1 kill and he still dies, and that kill is unlikely to be on a PL. It's probably on a Dazzle or an Ogre. So it's quite likely he dies even with the Omni Slash coming off, but it's just so unpredictable. It could also just get him a triple kill and then he survives.
Does allow Era to complete a much needed and rather late item. Very underfarmed PL here. Just grab the Manta style.
He's definitely fallen off. Much more it's been... he's kind of fallen off, but you look at where he compares to Jug and Razor. This is a Jug and Razor who just got 2 lanes of Rax. Rax gives you so much income, and that's where, if it's not for that Rax money, he would be ahead of Razor and probably about on par with Juggernaut right now. So for NiP, trying to just put together anything they can in the way of items, and they still have their work cut out for them. This is very much a moonshot as far as winning this game. They have to make some big... risky plays, pull out the smokes wherever possible, and try and catch 5 Youngs by surprise.
You know, whenever Jug pops Manta and you're not looking like at him, it sounds like he's Omni Slashing because all the illusions keep on hitting at once.
They need to maybe make some like slightly different sound cues for the 2.
Yeah. I remember like 2 years ago I was casting it. I was like, oh, Jug Omni Slash. Oh, wait, he just Manta. Matumba Man now up to 1,700 gold. Fada will initiate here, popping the Shivas, just connects. Oh, Matumba Man almost got ambushed, but instead they're just going to settle for a 4-hero Bloodlust. Now looking to try and turn this one. Kuroki gets the Tombstone in kind of an awkward position. Can anyone finish it off? The duel's there. Laguna Blade comes right through, but Mind Control is healing so much through this. And now the Omni Slash. They've committed everything on the Legion. Who tanks it all? This could be the end for NiP. This probably will be the end. An Ultra for Fada. Last resounding zombie punch from Kuro. And they strut down mid. PL, Ogre, they've got buybacks. They're using them now or they're losing 3 lanes. It might be they use them now and they lose 3 lanes, but GG. They won't even try. They throw in the towel, and NiP are immediately knocked down to the lower bracket. And they've got a long way to go, gods, if they want to make it to LA.
Yes. Round 1 lower bracket in a 12-team tournament. That's a lot of teams to go through, and a lot of teams, to me, in a very even playing field. Like, you look at the teams they're going to potentially verse in that first round, and you think they're teams who can beat them on their good days. You've got Monkey Business. You've got teams like Alliance who have their kind of ups and downs. Alliance have beat NiP recently as well in Nanyang. So it's going to be a tough run for NiP. 5 Youngs, I want to say shaky, but they came in as favorites. They just won Nanyang. If they want to be the team getting one of those top 2 spots, you can't have close series after close series because eventually you're going to start losing some. So for them, I think overall a good showing. I just still worry for this team. They still seem very reliant on that Matumba Man Ember Spirit. When they don't get their hands on it, they seem to struggle to pull off games as easily.
Well, still a great showing here. They will advance. They win 2-1. So I believe we can take a look at our bracket and see who they'll be playing next. And I actually can't read it from here. Virtus Pro. So they'll be facing Virtus Pro. Tough opponent.
Yes, we haven't seen anything really from VP since
they're gonna have to show
TI,
some things though because they'll be at ESL. So they're not gonna. They're gonna be maybe not an open book, but they'll have revealed a bit of how they approach this patch before they actually face.
Yeah, the only tournament they played was WCA, where they lost to Secret in the finals and had a few matches like they 1-0'd Monkey Business. And
there's not much data on them right now. There's a lot of data on the Yugs.
Absolutely. I feel like VP going in can easily do their homework and figure out exactly what they need to do to win. At the same time, like you say, ESL is coming up. It is a single limb tournament, so potentially you only get 1 or 2 best of 3s of VP as far as research goes, but considering we're on a new patch, I think that's still valuable research.
Okay.
So,
well, guys, this was our only match for the day. In general, the online stage is going to be a little bit kind of scattered because we're working around a lot of LAN events. You've got ESL, MLG, Nunyon. So you'll see days where we don't have any games, then we'll suddenly have a bunch of games quickly in a row while the teams are back from traveling. So tomorrow we have a day off. Then we come back on Friday, GoDz, and we'll have, is it 2 best of 3s?
One's Europe best of 3 and 1 America 1. So.
Okay. And tomorrow, so Saturday then, excuse me, not Friday.
Yes.
I mean, we have no sense of time, let's be honest here. But guys, with that, if you want to support the Summit, and if you want to be able to watch in Dota TV, you can buy the ticket. It's available now, just $4, standalone ticket. We will have a bundle, I believe, at some point, possibly a chest as well, but that's not confirmed yet. So if you want to watch now, there's a ticket. Otherwise, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in 2 days when the Summit 4 continues.